This is the start of a big week in politics. There's a Republican presidential debate, some key elections taking place around the country tomorrow, including right here, and some new polling numbers showing just how close the race for the White House may be. Fox's Doug Luzader joins us live from Washington, D.C. with more. Doug, good morning.
Dina, good morning. And if you look at the front runners right now and assume that this race for the White House is ultimately going to be a Trump-Biden rematch, both of those campaigns are going to have to do a deep dive on these most recent numbers. Voters may not be thrilled at the prospect of another contest between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, but that's exactly how this race seems to be shaping up. And while former President Trump will spend today in a New York courtroom, his campaign may be gaining ground. A New York Times poll shows that Trump is leading in 5 of 6 critical swing states, with Biden ahead only in Wisconsin. That may be setting off alarm bells at the White House.
I would say this is pretty devastating. It was going over issues where they feel like Donald Trump is prevailing on economy, on national security, on border and immigration, which are some of the top issues of this upcoming election.
But beyond the polls, a number of states have off-year elections tomorrow, and Virginia is going to be one of the real battlegrounds. Can Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin there show that the GOP is on the move, even in a state that has been trending blue?
Liberal left Democrats don't really have anything to talk about, and so they just bring in other people to talk about the same things, which is selling fear.
But abortion may be a driving issue for many Democrats tomorrow, especially in Ohio, leading to higher turnout. And even Democrats in deep red Mississippi think they have a shot in that state's gubernatorial race.
Everybody has a seat. Black and white, Republican, Democrat, independent. I don't care who you are.
Now, oftentimes, these off-year elections don't get all that much attention, even in the states where they happen. In this case, though, there's going to be a lot of attention here, and I think folks will look very closely at the turnout, for instance, just to try to gauge the mood of the electorate ahead of next year's presidential race. Dina.
Boy, Doug, I'm looking, there's an article in the Wall Street Journal. The title is "The 2024 Election Rematch Americans Are Dreading Looks Likely." What do we know when we look at polling now versus in previous contests? I mean, how certain are we that this is going to be these are going to be the two options?
Well, I mean, you know, nothing's for certain, obviously. We just kind of look at the kind of lead that former President Trump, for instance, has among Republicans. You know, this debate that's taking place on Wednesday, the Republican presidential debate, Trump's not even participating in, and it doesn't seem to be hurting him at all. He's doing quite well in these early states in particular. You know, Biden, there's been a lot of speculation about whether he would ultimately drop out of the race, but by every indication, he's staying in. So, you know, I suppose if you were playing the numbers right now, you'd have to say that, you know, these are the two clear frontrunners right now for their respective parties' nominations.
And people say, what about a third party, an independent running? But that really just sucks votes from one of the, you know, de facto two-party system that we have.
Which one, though? That's the real question here. You know, we've seen these independent runs before, Ross Perot, for instance, and there's always this speculation about which side they would peel votes away from. We see Robert F. Kennedy Jr., for instance, mounting a campaign. What would that impact? Would he take away Trump or Biden voters? It's difficult to say. And even though there is a lot of flirtation always with the idea of a third party, they never really get much traction generally on Election Day.
All right, it's getting interesting. Doug Luzader, thank you as always.
Thanks, Dina.